Hello and welcome to, I think, day 5 of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. It's the 26th of November. It is RSI Day. So Robert Space Industries have taken to the floor. I believe it is just Robert Space Industries. There's not that many RSI ships, so it won't be all of the halls. But, I mean, star of the show, the Polaris, right? Polaris, it's a big boy. It's the most combat-y, most powerful combat ship that we've got currently available in-game to players. And you could argue that potentially it will outperform the Idris in certain aspects anyway, which is the frigate. But this is a giant torpedo corvette. There's a lot more going on to it with it than just torpedoes. They see those big old holes at the front. That's torpedo holes. That's where the torpedoes live. And there's a dedicated station for the torpedoes, for the operator. And it's still got a load of other weaponry on it. Like, it is covered in big guns and anti-fighter weaponry. It's got PDCs, per point defense cannons, which automatically shoot torpedoes, missiles, and fighters. It is very cool. It's got a hangar at the back, or sort of the midsection. And, yeah. Amazing engineering section. I've got a whole video about it. You should go check that out. But it's certainly worth one worth testing out, flying around. Here we have the Zeus. So we've got the ES here, and then we have the Zeus CL over here. So ES, sort of explorer variant, and the CL, the cargo variant, the Clipper. I quite like the Zeus Mark II. It's an evolution of a ship in lore called the Zeus, which was the first, I believe, commercial quantum ship. Civilianly available. But this is obviously just like a whole new ship. It's got a good sized cargo bay, if it will let me in. Great as a sort of natural evolution of your starter ship. I believe you can run it with a couple of crew. Yeah, it's three. Is there 3 crew seats there? Yeah, there's 3 seats there. I think a lot of people will enjoy the Zeus as a sort of competitor to the Freelancer and the Cutlasses. And let's go check out the rest of the hall. As I'm passing by the Polaris, I thought it's worth having a look at it. Yeah, the Polaris is a very big ship, but it's very combat powerful. They upgraded it so it's got better turrets. These sort of turrets slide out as well. There's just a man in a gown. But yeah, so that'll close off when no one's in it. But you've got some, loads and loads of man turrets. People comparing it to sort of like effectively a bigger, more multi-crew version of the Hammerhead. But yeah, it's big torpedo focus, big multi-role focus, lots of combat, room for a ship. I love it. Absolutely love it. Rent it. Try it out. So, what have we got here? We've pulled the short straw. We've got the Aurora room. We've got Mantis in the middle as well. So, loads of different variants, and I say variants almost wrongly, of the Aurora. I think that the Aurora needs to be a bit reworked and to just be one hull. Because it basically is one hull. Just make it one ship. Just give it different loadouts. So you've got the LN, which is sort of supposed to be the more combat-y version. And this is one of the definitive starships of the game. It's the Mustang Alpha and the Aurora MR, which is the other one. A lot of people are going to be starting their game with it. It's sort of relatively chonky. It's relatively ugly. It's just all business, no looks. It's got a little cargo pod. But basically, they're the same. Like, the LN, yeah, it's got some more weapons on it. So, maybe make them all the LN. I'm interested on people, what they think of it. Because, like, the LX, it's got leather seats. Okay? What else has the LX got? Patent leather interior for comfort. It was dumb ships when the game was first being concepted. It got the ES, which is the cheapest ship in game, I believe, and I don't believe you can get it as a starter pack even. Like or MR is the sort of lowest you can go. I believe that the ES is just like the super stripped down version. Yes, super stripped down, I think. Maybe they'll have more use in game once the game's sort of launched, like the shuttles and stuff, but or be used by NPCs. I don't know. And they got the CL, which is the Clipper, but they're basically all the same hull. Either rework them all or just rework one and make them modular. That would be my suggestion. Actually, everyone gets an Aurora LN. Just make them all the Aurora LN. But yeah, it's one of the ships that I think needs the most work of a sort of rework. You've got the Mantis here as well. If you want to quantum snare and interdict someone, this is your ship to do it. Sort of, you're pulled out of quantum travel. You're now also unable to go back into quantum. So it'd be interesting to see how all of the quantum interdiction and dampening works and shakes out in the future, because you do want that to be balanced. You sort of want it to be like the ability to capture people, but not for them to be permanently captured. The ways to fight against it, ways to evade it, or ways for people to try and evade while they're waiting for help, things like that. But obviously going to be used by bounty hunters, law enforcement, and criminals. So like stopping ships in a convoy or part of them, but also ambushing a fleet. Very cool. Looks a bit like the Reliant. So I think this might be the final haul other than the sort of Hollow Suite and underground area. Okay, so we have the Scorpius and the Scorpius Antares. Scorpius is actually an X-wing. The side sort of wings fold out. Now, if they rework the Aurora to look a bit more Scorpius-like, great. It's got those elements in it. I think you can tweak it a little bit, right? But it's a Scorpius 2-person heavy fighter. I think it's pretty good. A lot of people like it. I think it's pretty powerful. It's got a load of weaponry. Pew, 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 pew. And you've got the Antares, which gets rid of that top turret. Still two-seater, but it goes, you want some QED, you want some quantum interdiction? Well, you can have it. Quantum dampener and EMP device. Oh yeah, it combines the dampener and EMP. So a bit different from the Mantis, which is quantum interdiction and dampening. This is dampening and EMP. So we've got a load of the constellations here as well. And you've got the Aquila up front, the exploration version. So this is this sort of like originally marketed multi-crew ship. It's reasonably big. It's good for like a crew of 4. That's the sort of crew I'd be looking for constellations 4 to 5. Yeah, more exploration focused. Room for a buggy. It's also got the P52/P72 little mini dock at the back, as you can see. This bad boy. So it's a really sort of interesting ship, and that's the exploration version. We've got the Taurus, which is the stripped down version, more focused on sort of cargo trading. It loses one of its turrets, I believe, as well, but it focuses more on that cargo and being cheaper. And then you've got the Andromeda, which is the more combat version. So sort of with all the bells and whistles. And then if you want even more bells and whistles and to show that you're rich, you've got the Phoenix. Now, let's have a quick look in the Phoenix, because it's dumb. So I think the set of the only constant is on a Phoenix, right? That's right, unless I'm having a breakdown. Do you want to open up? No? Oh, yep, you do. So this is the luxury. I believe you're going to be able to put a piano in here if you want to. I suppose you could do that in any ship, technically. Got your own bar. Yeah, this is supposed to be like the set of the only constant as well. Oh, that is on a Phoenix, I believe, yeah, I think. So I remember in a minute, it's like, oh no, it's another luxury ship. It's 600i or something. And then, is it? Well, there's a spa. There's a hot tub here as well. That's the idea. It's all luxury. It's got a silly interior. I do like it. But do you want a luxury ship in game, or do you want something that's a bit more functional? Now, one of the reasons I brought you on to the Phoenix here is because I did want to previously say this ship also has PDTs. PDCs, the point defense cannons. Which is interesting because it's supposed to be for larger ships, but this is the smallest ship I know that has them. Right, what else do we have? Let's go look downstairs. Right, coming downstairs, we have the Lynx. This is sort of like the luxury Ursa rover. A lot of people wanted this in game for ages. It's got a little executive seating inside. You can look out the bubble at the back. What? It's cool. Oh, there appears to have been a murder. We've got the Ursa Medivac. I absolutely love the Medivac. So, literally, an Ursa rover with a tier 3 medbed in the back, which is perfect. Gives you a little med bay in any ship that can carry a vehicle. And then you've got the standard Ursa rover here, sort of carrying people and cargo. That's the idea. It's obviously reasonably more person orientated. And let's go have a look in... Is there anything over there, actually? No, there's not. Let's go have a look in the holosuite. What do we have here? Oh, okay, so one of my favourite ships, the Perseus. Absolutely love the Perseus. It is a sort of a Corvette-sized-ish brawler. Big guns for brawling with capital ships and larger ships. It wants to be in the fight. It wants to use its big turret on top and bottom to deal as much damage as possible. So a proper frontline brawler. Absolutely great. Actually, something we do know about the Perseus is that CIG are going to be working on that potentially now, because they finished the sort of Polaris, although they've still got to do the captain's quarters on it. They're going to be working on this Perseus. I also think they're going to then be moving on to the Galaxy afterwards, but they're also going to be working on some larger Drake and Misk ships as well. So we've got the Galaxy here, the ship that they believe they're working on after the Perseus, or they could be working on them both at the same time. Very modular, pretty big. Going to be able to do a lot of different stuff, and we'll still be able to, eventually when they add the module, be able to build. There was a bit of controversy about the ship, because it's sort of like got its like mining refining sort of stuff, and its cargo stuff. You know, it's supposed to have building, and then they moved the building over to the Star Lancer build. But no, this is still going to be able to have a building module for building bases with drones. Had a bit of a derped recording there, apologies. We've got the Arrastra here. Someone's going to say it's the Arrastra, but I'm pretty sure it's Arrastra. Heavy miner. I don't know when this is going to be turning up, but yeah. Heavy miner, going to be super useful. I like the fact it's from RSI. What are you? Oh, okay. So this is one of the most wanted ships in game at the moment still. Sort of requested that I see on like Spectrum and Reddit. The Apollo. So the Apollo is basically a mobile doctor's surgery. It's got like a couple of modules on the side that you can set up with different amounts of med beds at different tiers. I think it's going to be really cool. You can be able to provide medical services as you go around. It's got like a reception room in the middle. All cool ships today. I do like RSI, actually. They've grown on me. I do want them to tweak the Auroras somewhat. And also maybe tweak the constellations. I think they are going to get some work beyond just the expected work for engineering and bringing them up to gold standard. But let's go check out the website. So what do we have on the RSI website for Robert Space Industries today? So Polaris, obviously, absolutely fantastic looking ship. Big, it's beautiful, it's combat ready. You can see tanks coming out of it here. Very, very cool. There's a war bond deal for the Constellation Aquila as well. How much actually is, well, we'll find out in a minute how much the Polaris is. War bond deal if you want to pick up an Aquila as well. Is there anything else other than the ships? No. Okay, so we've got the Apollo Medivac. So you want yourself a mobile doctor surgery. It's going to be able to do really high tier sort of treatment of patients if you set it up with a tier 1 sort of med bed, but you can also set it up with well, you can have 2 tier 1s or 6 tier 3 beds or 4. Basically there's 2 modules and you can have a tier 1, 2 tier 2s or 3 tier 3s in each of the modules. So it's got these little drones that fly around and bring people back to the ship, sort of search and rescue. Absolutely fantastic. $275. It's still in concept. I think it's going to make a lot of people happy. Got the triage version of that as well, $250. I would just go for the triage. I like the paint scheme more. Got the Arrastra, again concept ship, heavy mining, and I believe it does refining on board as well. $575 though. It's big and it's miney. Got the Aurora series, $45 for the CL, $20 for the ES. That's what I mean. So it's supposed to be the Pathfinder, but it's the stripped down version. Super cheap, $20. Aurora LN, $40. The sort of more combat version. The LX, the luxury version, $35. The MR, $30, which is seen as a light fighter, but it's sort of the general multi-role one, right? Constellation Andromeda, $240. It's a big... Well, I like the fact it's multi-role, medium freight gunship. It's sort of, it is all of those. It is very multi-role. I want some of these struts cleared up, really. Or a few little tweaks. I do like the ship. It's got a lot of gun, a lot of missile on it. The Aquila, it's Warbond upgrade version available as well. That's for exploration and expedition. I think it's going to be absolutely great for that. $315 though. It is getting quite expensive. Talking about expensive, you've got $350 for the Constellation Phoenix. I believe that is limited time. Well, limited hull, in fact. That's sold out at this time. You can try get it again at midnight and then 8 AM UTC. But the first wave has already sold out. You've got the Constellation Taurus, $200. Yeah, medium freight. But it's also got a reasonable amount of combat and multi-role capability. It does drop one of those turrets that the Andromeda has. And I do believe like the Andromeda and the Aquila, they come with like Ursas and stuff as well. I think that is still the case. Got the Galaxy. That is got to have a module in it for you to mess around with. $380. It is sort of Corvette-ish sized. And at the moment, we've got a cargo module, medbay module, and refinery module. But as I said, there will be a building module in the future for base building. And I think a manufacturing module for crafting separate to that, maybe. Don't quote me on that. You've got the Lynx rover, $60 with all ground vehicles. I say get them in game, but that's true of pretty much all the ships and vehicles anyway. You can get everything in game. You just need a starter ship. $60 for that luxury rover. The Mantis, $150. Combat Interdictor. It's going to be really annoying. So they're quite small. You have to chase them down because they're going to stop you getting into quantum. They're going to pull you out of quantum. They are annoying. Obviously, you'll see them when you get pulled out and by pirates, whatever. There might be other modules and other ships that provide interdiction as well. I mean, there's a few already, but I'm thinking more generally you might be able to get them in other ships. The Orion! Love the Orion. Is it... I don't think it is limited hull sale. So, Orion, absolutely massive mining ship. I'm really looking forward to that coming into the game. It's just huge. You want to do strip mining? That's what this is for. Sort of mining on a massive scale. The biggest scale we know of mining. But it's going to be a bit different from the mining we do in the Prospector because that's going to be targeted rare materials. That's the sort of stuff with that, right? And even like Mole or the Arrastra, they're sort of not strip miners compared to the Orion, which is just ridiculous. It grew twice in size. So last time we saw it, it was just massive. It's just a massive thing. Perseus, absolutely love the ship. I think it looks beautiful. I love the fact that it is a frontline frigate. No. It's Corvette sized. It's basically slightly smaller than a Corvette in my opinion, but it's not a frigate. Fight me. Perseus, frontline brawler, very good against other capital ships. Pew pew pew. Polaris has gone up by $75. I think that's what they said. There is a special Warbond version available of it as well. It is not limited by hull, so not a certain amount. Yeah, torpedo corvette, but it's very useful for lots of other things. Multi-role, multi-combat ship. It doesn't just rely on its torpedoes. It's got a load of very powerful firepower. But $975, it is getting pretty expensive there. Scorpius, $240. Heavy fighter, it's next wing. I told you. It was next wing. And then you've got the Antares at $230 for that. Dropping the turret and being more of a quantum interdictor. I got the Ursa Rovers, $50 for the standard Ursa, $60 for that Medivac. I do actually quite like the Medivac. Got the Zeus Mark IIs, the CL version, $175. Again, there's a special upgrade offer for Warbond. And again, for the ES, there's one as well. $175 for that. So CL is the Clipper cargo version. ES is the more exploration version. There is the MR, which is the interdiction version, but sort of like the bounty hunter combat version as well. So $190 for that. That one's in concept. Might be getting it for 4.0. Might turn up. But yeah, that's it for the ships today for RSI. I'm very much looking forward to a little bit later when we've got the Anvil Day. I mean, I do like Drake because I like things like the Kraken and the Privateer. But Anvil, there could be a load of cool stuff. Well, we know that the Terrapin Medic's there. We know that the new Hornet Mark IIs are there. There might be some more. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm interested to know if you've picked up anything during the IAE, what you're looking forward to, and are you playing in 3.24.3 now? Has it been good? And was it broken? And are you playing in 4.0? How's that doing? Whatever your thoughts or questions, chuck them in the comments below. Have you used your brain thoughts to think about getting a Tobii eye tracker for your eyes for Star Citizen? It gives you natively supported high precision head and eye tracking in-game for unparalleled immersion. And they're on sale, 20% off at the moment until the 3rd of December. Use the links below to get that fabulous offer, or go to tobii.gg/BoredGamer. Welcome to the Intergalactic Nord Expo, where there's only one vehicle here, the vehicle for better internet security, accessibility, and privacy. I wish I could watch Netflix in Japan or Pyro or whatever. Boom! I can, and I'm so protected. It's not a concept. You can fly with nordvpn.com/BoredGamer today. And with NordVPN, you don't need any variants, but it is pay to win because you need to buy it or get a subscription and then you win. Use the links below to get massive discount. November is all about the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. We've partnered with the Star Citizen organisation Lunar Wolves for a massive giveaway. Commenting on any of my videos during the month gets you a chance to win one of 4 ships, a Zeus MR, an Ares Ion, a Drake Corsair, and even a Cutlass Black. All courtesy of those beautiful Lunar Wolves. But wait, there's more. Sign up to the Lunar Wolves recruitment page, link down below, for a chance to win an RSI Polaris with lifetime insurance. They're recruiting, you might be looking for an org. I'll chuck some further information and terms and conditions and stuff in the video description as well. Don't forget to click on the join button under my videos. That goes a long way to help support the channel. Thank you so much to you that have already done that. Zin and I play a load of games after work and stuff, and we want to chuck those up for people that have gone the extra mile to support us either on Patreon or via that join button. Just remember to like and subscribe as well. Comment, ask us some stuff. Thank you so much for everyone that supported the channel, whether it be for a day or for the last several years, a decade. Oh my God, we've been doing this for so long. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great November and Intergalactic Aerospace Expo.